What is up, guys? If you're new here, my name is Chris. I'm a PT, and this is the second episode of my series Bodyweight Basics. And today I'm going to cover the pull-up. It's an amazing exercise, and achieving pull-ups gives you access to so many more incredible exercises and techniques, and I'm really excited, so let's get started. Now, before we begin, there's a few things I wanted to cover first, one of which is the fact that the pull-up is a compound exercise, meaning you're working more than one joint at a time. Obviously, it's going to be your shoulder and your elbow because you're pulling like this. You're going to be working back, your lats more specifically, you're going to be working some of your biceps, and there's going to be some core engagement as well. Other than that, I'm going to take you over to Chris by the bars, and Chris behind the desk is going to narrate, so I will see you in a bit. So first thing we're going to start off with is my example of what I don't like seeing in pull-ups. And it's mostly caused by a lack of core engagement, which is causing the curved back, and there's kipping up into the rep, there's no control, and it just looks very messy in general. Compare these to how I like to do my pull-ups. There's a lot of core engagement, which keeps my entire body straight, and I have full control over the entire range of motion. Now this is causing a lot more muscle activation, a lot more concentration, and they just look much nicer in general, in my opinion. Next down after these, because we're working our way backwards, are jumping pull-ups. Now you can use whatever method you like to get to the top of the bar, the top of the pull-up even. You can step off a box, or you can have a friend throw you up there. But you're starting off at the top and you're lowering yourself back to the ground as slowly as possible. And this way you're going to get a lot of muscle activation, the same muscle that you use for a pull-up, and you're going to build a lot of that initial strength to work into it. Next down after these is you're going to start using resistance bands. Now, because we're working way backwards, we go with the thinnest first. I like to tie it to the top of the bar and put both my feet through and keep myself, as with all of these exercises, keep myself as straight as possible and maintain as much control as I can. Now, after these, you work your way down the resistance bands, whatever you have available. I just went from the red to the purple in the video, but there are more in between. Now, a lot of people find with resistance bands, when you're using them for pull-ups, it's very difficult not to swing. You can see I did it just a little bit there, but you have to work that much harder to fight against it, to keep that control. And I think a big tip for this is actually placing your feet directly underneath where you've tied the band onto the bar, because a lot of people start a little too far forwards, a little too far back, and it causes a lot of swinging. And if you don't have that much control, then it's going to become that much more of a problem. Now, the step down from these, we go to Australian pull-ups. These are also called bodyweight rows or inverted rows. There's a lot of different names for everything. But you're going to be starting as horizontally as you can, which means your feet are going to be as far forward as you can get them and achieve a pull-up. And you're going to work your way backwards. And the nice thing about these is you can make them as hard or as easy as you want to. The further forward your feet are, the harder it's going to be, and the further back they are, the easier it's going to be. Now again, because we're working in progressions, we're working our way back towards the easiest thing that you can do. We are going to start as far forward as we can, and we're going to step backwards, just like you saw there. You're going to rep out, take a step back, rep out again, take a step back, until you're basically standing upright. All you want to do is make sure that you are squeezing your back at the top of every rep, and this will burn you out, but in the best possible way. And there we go, that is the pull-up and what I believe to be the most effective method towards reaching it. I hope you all enjoyed, I hope you learned something, and I really hope that you take this away and try it with pull-ups or any other exercise. I'd love to know how you did and what you think. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next Bodyweight Basics.